have one thing to say. Grief really sucks. You know, it hit me hard during the holidays that are more bigly celebrated, like Christmas and Thanksgiving and New Year's and all of that, that when you have somebody that you've lost, it can even be a situation that you're going through, say you're going through a divorce or you're estranged from a family member, that those holidays can be really, really hard. But, you know, it really isn't just those big holidays. I mean, goodness, even everyday life can seem challenging and difficult when you have things around you that are reminders of the things that you are missing in your life. So I thought I'd hop on here and try to share some tips, advice, and just my life experiences with things that help if you are experiencing any sort of grief in your life. So what brought this on for me is, well, right now we are in the midst of Memorial Day weekend. And that holiday in and of itself is about remembrance of those that have sacrificed, people that we have lost. But another thing that crossed my mind was we're sandwiched by holidays right now. So we just had Mother's Day. Now we're going through Memorial Day. Next is Father's Day, and then we have 4th of July. Those are a lot of holidays in a very short period of time. And for one reason or another, it might make it incredibly challenging for you. Say that you are somebody who just recently lost your mother, or you could have lost your mother 10 years ago, and it is still hard and challenging. Every time that day comes around, it reminds you that she is not here. And again, it doesn't have to be physical loss of a person dying. It can be the fact maybe you're in a estranged relationship from your mother. Maybe you don't have a mother. Maybe you were abandoned as a child. You know, there are so many factors that can play into it. For me, it's Father's Day. I am trying not to think about the fact that Father's Day is coming up. This will be my first Father's Day without my dad here earthside. So last October, my dad left us to go be with Jesus. He had a very short, aggressive battle with brain cancer. And so those wounds are still pretty fresh for me. So I would have to say that during holidays, my number one tip above everything else would be to know that it is okay to have different feelings. You see people who are exuberant and happy and celebrating, and you really don't feel any of those things. And you have to understand that that is okay. So part of the grieving process is going to be feeling all the feelings, experiencing all the emotions. That means happiness, sadness, anger, excitement, joy, fondness. You're going to be bombarded by emotions, and to truly really accept and understand that you have the right to feel all of those things and to not feel obligated to put on this front, put on this happy face, like you have to react the same way that everybody else around you seems to be doing during these holiday seasons. So my tip number 2 is going to be piggybacking that first suggestion, is that you need to really lean in to your support system. Really connect and communicate and express how you feel with the people that are in your circle that you trust and you love and you know are going to be there for you and help lift your spirits. I don't know if you've experienced it, but when we tend to hold on to our emotions, it can even be something simple like, say that your spouse did something that ticked you off, or your kids did, and you just pack it all down. You don't really address the issue at hand. It can come back to bite you in the butt. So something that will definitely make a difference in helping you to feel better and to cope with how you're feeling is to communicate those things. Don't bottle them up. Don't just shove it under the rug. Get somebody in your corner that you can talk to and talk it out, cry it out, laugh it out, hug it out, do what you got to do to get those emotions out. It's good for the soul. God created us with tears for a reason, and don't be afraid to utilize that. All right, tip advice number 3 is going to be do things your own way. Don't feel like you have to follow through with your old traditions and ways and do things the way everybody else does. Create your own path. So some examples of this. Around Mother's Day, Father's Day, Christmas or Thanksgiving, those holidays that are especially hard, that have you thinking about them, to do something in honor of them. Light a candle in memory of them. Make their favorite meal as that holiday tradition. You don't have to have what everybody else traditionally eats around those holidays. Make it special for you. It's gonna mean so much more, and it's gonna make that holiday be memorable instead of something that you begrudge and you don't really want to participate in. What was their favorite game, their favorite song, and these tips are more so for situations where you've lost somebody to death. If you are going through something more challenging like a separation or a divorce, or you just aren't in relation with that person anymore, then again, feel free to do something totally opposite of what y'all used to do. Do the things that aren't going to remind you of that person instead, and create your own traditions that are going to uplift you and keep you moving forward in a positive direction. So the final tip that I'm going to share for this video, because I feel like these are the 4 main ones that came to mind when I was thinking about this, is this will make a world of difference in how you feel on the inside. There's no way you can't exuberate happiness when you do this, and that is to really pour yourself into others. It doesn't even have to be people you know. Just being of service and having a serving heart is going to take that focus off of the sadness and sorrow and hard feelings that you're having, and putting all of your energy into doing something positive for somebody else. So some examples that I have of ways that you can pour into other people. Is there a charity that you feel aligns with maybe what you're going through? Like with my dad, we lost him to glioblastoma, a brain tumor. So I could find a charity or do like a 5K run where they donate money to help people who are affected by that disease, or to help find a cure, something positive that is going to make an impact and something that affected your life in a big way. Another option, is there anybody you know who also is struggling for one reason or another? It doesn't necessarily have to be somebody who can relate to your experience, but think about that person. Really think about who you know who could feel alone, who could also be struggling, or maybe just somebody that you really feel compelled to help, and invite that person over. Create a friendship, a bond, enjoy some time together, and just pour into that person. And another example of ways that you could do this is to be really involved in activities. You can host events or participate in events, again, that align with something that has impacted your life tremendously, or something that you're really passionate about. Again, just something, some way for you to take that negative energy and externally turn it into something positive. And again, that in turn is a ripple effect. So you're doing something that you're passionate about, that you are inspired by, that is doing things for others, and it's just gonna reach out. Those fingers of the effect of what you do are gonna affect so many lives in a positive way. And how in the world can you not feel good about that? So those are my top 4 tips for today. Is ultimately the goal is to take your mind off of the just heaviness, the burden, the sadness, the sorrow, all those not good feelings, and turn them into something positive. So remember, don't discount your feelings. They are all valid. You have every right to feel those emotions, but give yourself an allotted time to feel those things, and then to set them aside until the next day, and focus on doing something that is going to push you forward, to help you be that 1% better, to remember that person fondly, to get past whatever struggle is going on in your life, and to make positive changes for yourself. They say time heals all wounds, and again, it's not just for grief of loss of a loved one, but any trying circumstance you're going through. So just give it time, and hopefully, you know, things get better as time goes along. As the years go by, it'll be easier to not be so sad. But those traditions and changing that mindset, that was definitely going to help you. So I hope in these upcoming holidays that you are able to find time to celebrate and enjoy time with family and friends, to really do something for yourself and just realize how short life is and what a blessing it is that we have today. You know, that's all we're guaranteed. So enjoy your day. Remember those that you've lost fondly. Move past the hard circumstances, and everything will be okay. So before we close this out, my daughter has a special announcement.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
All right, y'all, have a blessed one. I hope this was inspiring, motivating, and encouraging. And as always, I am just a message away. I have my social media links posted in my profile, so feel free to reach out to me any way that you need to. I am here for you. Love y'all. Hope you have a blessed one. See you next time. Bye.